Hello, my name is Ranveer Singh Dalal. Today I'm going to talk about public speaking. Public speaking without fear and anxiety. Public speaking, it's quite important for success in the present time, particularly for students and those who have to face public life in one way or another. So public speaking involves speaking in front of a gathering, maybe in front of a class, a group of students, in front of the whole school or college, presenting your speech or speaking on any topic, participating in competitions, speaking competitions, debates, discussions, etc. So public speaking involves fear and anxiety. For some it may not be the case, but for quite a number of people it does involve fear and anxiety. So why does it happen? First let us explore how generally public speaking does take place for people who suffer from anxiety and fear during this process, when they speak publicly or when they do have to speak. Before speaking on a public platform, they do feel fear and anxiety. So why does it happen, and how does it happen? People do speak. They speak like robots, like automatons, like machines. I have observed myself, students in my school and elsewhere, on different occasions they do speak, and when they come to the stage they do feel, anxiety is easily, it can be easily read, it can be easily observed. Fear and anxiety, it can be easily observed on their faces. Some of them falter after speaking a sentence or two. Even myself, when I was doing my teacher training, on one occasion, I had certain ideas when I was facing a group of my class fellows, in the observation of teacher. It was a sort of group discussion, and before my turn came, I thought I could speak well. I thought I had ideas and I will impress everybody present there. But when my turn comes, I just cannot speak. I just couldn't deliver. I just faltered on, after speaking a sentence or two. It was a damn squib. It was a failure. I couldn't speak with confidence. And I was, disturbed for quite some time as to what went wrong. Was there lack of preparation, or what is wrong with me, really? So sometimes students do have good command of their subjects. They do perform well in exams, written exams. They do get good marks. But when it comes to speaking in front of a gathering, they do falter. and sometimes, they have to participate in a competition, or they have to speak in front of the assembly or other students, in front of the whole school, sometimes on certain occasions, under compulsions, sometimes even forced by the teachers to participate in one way or the other. And when they do speak, it looks as if they are speaking mechanically, because they normally they do cram the content of their speech without understanding the proper meaning, without going through the adjectives, certain words, certain abstract words. Even at times a student of class 5 or 6 is given a speech to deliver on certain occasions, which has words, abstract words, difficult to understand the meaning of those words for the child, but they do speak on those abstract topics, and they do falter, they do feel embarrassed, they are red-faced, they feel shy, they blush in front of a big gathering, so quite embarrassed they feel. So this is how it happens, even for grown-up children. Sometimes for them it is quite difficult. If they have to speak in front of the class to announce something, they find it difficult. Or it happened with me when I was in the school. I was, not bad in my academics, but on one occasion I had to speak in front of my class, to announce something very simple in a sentence or two. But when I started speaking, and I observed different, many eyes, pairs of eyes, a lot of children, the whole class observing me, their eyes gazing at me, and I felt like they are judging me. So I couldn't speak. And after that moment, that small incident, I never found the courage during my entire school career. I couldn't speak, and I never thought I would ever be able to speak publicly in front of a gathering. But then now the scenario is totally different. I can speak not only in front of my class, I can speak with confidence, in front of assembly or other gathering, in front of the whole school, or at any other occasion, like in a seminar, participating with other teachers, speaking in front of them. So how I was able to develop myself, how could I become a speaker like I am? I'm not presumptuous, really. I do not claim anything in this regard. But I do feel it was a process, a gradual process. Gradual process of development. So, up to this moment, really, I have just told you as to how normally people do speak, people who face fear and anxiety during public speaking. How do they feel? They do speak, they do falter. So if we talk about reasons, one reason is the biological factor, in hereditary certain things, we inherit from our parents, certain combination, certain kind of, balance or disbalance of hormones, because of which, we feel anxiety, fear, we feel, confidence, we feel happy, enthusiastic, etc. So those biological factors are beyond our control, but certain other things which we can control. So we'll talk about those things. So why do people fail while speaking in front of a gathering? First, they do not go through the topic, they do not understand it thoroughly. They haven't spent time with the topic. They do it in a ready-made manner. They do not spend much time with the topic. They do not do enough research about the topic. They just want, they speak like it's, like they are performing a duty, like finishing, like accomplishing something. And, for that they do not prepare hard. They just want to perform. They expect the result to be in their favor. They speak as if they are speaking to impress others, as if they are there to win a competition. So this, element of expectation, this thinking of the result, the outcome, this does create some kind of anxiety and fear. If we focus on the result, on the outcome as to what would happen, sometimes we get obsessive. Before speaking, we keep on thinking about the topic. We keep on thinking as to what would be the result. Before the commencement of the actual process, we do go through it. Without understanding the topic well, without doing the required research, without having a proper understanding of the concept, we just imagine about our success. We just think about the final outcome, the result, and we get presumptuous. We get sometimes deluded. We think that we would be able to perform well, that it would be a grand success. So we create some sort of aura around us. And so a sort of illusion is created, or disillusionment, we suffer from that. We are not in a position to assess our abilities well. So this is how do people do speak while performing, while people do speak on a public platform. So what should they do really? How can they speak without fear and anxiety? They should, when they have to speak, they are given a topic, they should live with the topic for some time. They should do the required research. They should try to understand it, like if they have to speak on a political personality, his or her ideas, philosophy, then that person who has to deliver a speech should go through it, should study it well. Other than, those words, those sentences he has to speak, he should check the background of that leader, going through his life, his philosophy a bit. And a person, who is to speak publicly should have an element of honesty. He should speak what he feels. If if he can. And that will happen only when he lives with the topic, when he go through it thoroughly, when he understands and imbibes certain characteristics that are inherent in the, or at least he thinks about that for some time, he meditates about that, he reflects about, what the leader went through, what are those qualities that relate to his personality. So this is one thing. Then, when one speaks, it doesn't happen in a day, really, the kind of skill that is required. One has to work hard, even over the years. He should have good command of the language. That is quite important as well. That doesn't happen in a day or two. Continuously, he has to be an avid reader, an enthusiastic reader. He should read a lot. Newspapers, other books. The command over language has to develop. And that doesn't happen in a day. There is no shortcut for that. He has to have certain words. Vocabulary has to be good. So he should be a good reader. Should read a lot. And over the years it happens. One should not lose heart at an initial failure if one is not able to speak. And he should not be much mindful about others' judgment. Sometimes other people comment about you that you are quite a shy person. Your personality is not of an outgoing person. You are an introvert person. You won't be able to speak well. Though that quality is not there. So you should not mind these kind of comments. Over the years, if you study well, if you go through the language, you do develop that confidence. So that is one thing. Other one is, one has to be a good listener also. To be a good speaker, one has to be a good listener first. Listening attentively. Attentive listener he or she has to be. And over the years, if you listen to good speakers, you do imbibe certain things, the vibrations, the vibes, the kind of style you observe from that speaker. That does, these things do get, they do keep on settling at the back of your mind. So it is a sort of, unconscious process. You do not feel what is happening. Sometimes, in my class, children are not in a position to speak. They do perform well in their written exams, but when I just call them to speak, when I tell them to speak, they falter. So why does it happen? So they are listening to me. Even on one occasion, I was a good listener, an attentive listener, and one teacher who had a very clear accent and clarity in his tone, crisp words. He spoke less, but when he spoke, those words, the kind of, the way he spoke, those few sentences, those, the kind of style he had, clarity in his tone, that was quite impressive. So even, at present, I do remember those words striking me. So if one keeps on listening attentively for quite some time, for some years, even months and years, one has to be a good listener for quite a considerable amount of time. Then, he may not speak well initially, but over the period of time, he does, certain things keep on settling at the back of his mind. He does, he is in a continuous process of development. He is imbibing those qualities. His language is developing. So that is one more thing. The next one has to keep in mind is an element of honesty. When we do speak, it has to be an honest process. Sometimes, we should confess also. We should accept our failure. That does, it's a quite a remarkable technique, I find. If you start speaking and you lose confidence, you are not able to recall those words, just take a deep breath, accept that you are not able to speak, rather than speaking in a mechanical manner or repeating words or feeling embarrassed, perspiration on your palms. Feel relaxed and accept the fact that you are not able to speak. Take your time, and then you feel that ideas do start coming up and you speak well later on. So that is one more thing that one should keep in mind. So if a person keeps in mind these things that I have just discussed, there is great amount of possibility, I think. He or she should be able to speak well. And one more important thing is that there is no shortcut of success. One has to be a hard-working person to inculcate this habit, this skill. One has to be a good reader, other than being a good reader, a good command of language that I have just told you. So these things are important. And then when one starts speaking, one more thing, he or she should not mind other people's judgment as to what they are thinking. It's a little difficult to think like that. The world is not going to change. If you fail, nothing is going to change. You will get more chances. So speak with an honest intention. This honesty, you have to have that conviction in your thought, in your ideas. If you have conviction, if you believe what you speak, then it gives you some kind of power, confidence. You won't be mechanical anymore. You won't be robot anymore. You'll be speaking like a lively person, like a confident person. So that's how it happens. So believe in your abilities, and do not much think about the end result. What is going to happen as a result? Would you be able to impress the crowd or not? Nothing is going to change if you fail on one or two occasions. Never lose heart. Keep on studying. Keep on developing your language. Keep on observing good speakers, leaders, and those famous personalities. Keep on watching those videos. Do observe them keenly, and over the passage of time you will feel that you can speak. You can speak with confidence. So that was what I had to say in this video. If you enjoyed and found this video useful, click the like button and don't forget to subscribe. And also leave your comments in the comment box. That's all in this video. Thanks for watching. Bye.